So what did we study in the last class? Last class we introduced what is pressure. We found out what is the value of pressure due to a liquid column, and we saw that the pressure in a liquid column only depends on what? Only depends on the height. Yes or no? We took a vessel and we took water and we took an imaginary cylinder. Yes or no? Whose height was h. We saw that pressure is equal to rho, h, and g. That means the pressure only depends on what? The height and the density of the liquid. Yes or no? This is all we studied. Yeah. Now we will come to what is atmospheric pressure. So even atmosphere also levies a pressure on us. So if Earth is like this, and you know very well that around the Earth there is a atmosphere that ranges up to certain level, some 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. It is not that it is endless. It is only up to a certain level. Yes or no? So when atmosphere is certain level, so air density also will be certain level. The
Yes,
air
sir.
density is not same throughout. That means if you are here on the earth and if you are here, let's say this is mountain and you are here, is the pressure same? Yeah, pressure will change because of height. Yes or no? Huh? Pressure will change with respect to height. If I am here, the pressure will be different. That's why all the mountaineers who climb mountain, they will take what? Oxygen cylinders, because oxygen will vary, pressure will vary. Water, boiling of water, if you do at your home, will be different. And here it will be different. Why? Because pressure is different. Your pressure, temperature, all will change when you go above the, if you go above a height. So summarizingly what I'm saying, that if you go above, so the air density is maximum here because the complete weight of the atmosphere is here. That means on the top, on the surface, the atmosphere is what? The pressure is maximum. And if I say, we say that at a sea level it is 1 atm. Whenever a pressure is defined, atmospheric pressure, it is defined as a sea level. Sea level. Why? Because sea level is considered to be the reference point. Why? Because earth is not plane. I told you again and again that earth will be, there will be some kind of crevices, there will be mountain, so we cannot, so only water is something which is completely covering the earth, and it decides that yes, at this point my pressure is 1 atm. That means if I go above, if I start moving away from the earth, your air density will reduce or increase. It will decrease. Why? Because when you go above, less and less air is you are leaving behind and you are going above. So if it is 30 kilometer total, I am here, this is 30 kilometer. If I am middle, 15 kilometer. So how much air is there? Only 15 kilometer. So if you go above, the pressure will decrease or increase? Will decrease. Did you understand? Did you understand, guys? If you go above, the pressure will decrease, the
Yes,
density
sir.
decrease. But in the water, but if I go to the water, if I go below, the pressure will increase. Why? Because here, because the water has a mass. Water has a mass. So if you go below, the height will increase. See, I am here. If I am here, the height is something. If I go here, height is increasing. You know that pressure depends on rho into h into g. The density will increase if you go below, and height will also increase. So both quantity will increase when you go below. So if you are at a sea level, if it is sea level, if you go above, your pressure will decrease. And if you go below the sea level, pressure will increase. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear? Swaroop, Rishabh, clear? Dhruva?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is very simple. You take Earth,
Yes, sir.
you take Earth, you are here. If you go above, pressure decreases. If you go below the water, pressure increases. That's it. So now we will study what is absolute and gauge pressure. For that, we will understand, we will take three scenarios. First scenario, we will take a vessel. We will fill with water. We will take an imaginary cylinder whose this one is x1 and this is x2. X1 is the distance from here till this one is x1, from here till this much is x2. Okay, so if I want to calculate what is the height of the cylinder, the height of the cylinder, guys, there is a network issue, I think. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Seems to be network issue.
हाँ सर, बीच में आवाज जा रहा है आपका.
हाँ, एक मिनट हाँ. मैं ये दूसरे मोबाइल में कनेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. अभी बराबर है? Is it fine now? Is it fine now? Hello?
Yes.
Can you see now? All of you? Rishabh, Swaroop,
Yes,
Dhruva?
sir. Yes.
So what I was saying that I am taking the, if this from here till this much is x2, x1, and here till this much is x2, then height of the cylinder is nothing but x1 minus x2. This is the one. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now you know very well that this is the top of the cylinder and the area of the bottom is A and the height is H. So what will be the volume? The volume will be A into H. Yes or no? Yes or no? What
Yes,
is the
sir.
formula for cylinder? Pi r square H. Pi r square is the area that
Pi r
is,
square H.
and H is the height of the cylinder. Yes or no? And obviously,
Yes, sir.
water, this is air, and inside this is water. Clear? And I say the pressure at this point is P1 and the pressure at this point is P2. Clear? So the top of the cylinder, we have some pressure, force, external force because of the weight of the water. And below there is a force. This water also exerts a force from on the bottom part of the cylinder. And this force is called upthrust. What is called it is? Upthrust. Yes or no? And inside the cylinder,
Yes, sir.
we have water. So let's say the inside the cylinder, the mass of the water is m. So what will be the weight of water? It will be mg. That is downward. Yes or no? So you have a cylinder. Below is W. This also is F1 and upward is F2. And what we are seeing that this cylinder is constant. It is not moving. That means the actual forces are actually cancelling each other. So if we sum total, the F1 plus W, is it not equal to F2? Because the cylinder is not moving. If the cylinder is moving downward, then the total upward force, these two forces are more than F2. That cylinder would have moved down. or if the cylinder would have moved up, then this F2 would be more than this 2. But we are seeing that this cylinder is not moving. It is stable. If it is stable, then these two forces together is cancelling these two forces. That means that sum of these two forces is equal to this force. Is it clear? Is it clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
So if I am seeing that F1 plus W is equal to F2, what is F1? Can I say P1 equal to F1 by A and P2 equal to F2 by A? So F1 will be P1A and F2 will be P2A. Can I write or not? And what is W? W equal to mg. Am I correct? So what I will write here, P1A plus mg is equal to P2A. Yes or no? Yes or no? Huh? And what is mass? Mass is nothing but mass by volume is rho. And what is mass? Mass equal to rho into volume. And we saw from here in this one, volume is A into H. So can I write M equal to rho into A into H? Yes or no? So I will substitute the value.
Yes, yes, sir.
Rho AH is equal to P2A. So A goes. So what I'm left with? Sorry, G is also there. No? Here G is also there. So P1 plus rho HG is equal to P2. Am I correct? Am I correct? So P1 minus P2, sorry, P2 minus P1 equal to rho HG. Are yes or no? Yes or no? And what is H? H is x1 minus x2. So what is my expression? P2 minus P1 equal to rho into x1 minus x2 into G. Did you understand, guys? Did you
Yes, sir.
understand? Or I can say P2 equal to P1 plus rho into x1 minus x2 into G. So this is my formula. That means pressure at this point is pressure at this point plus the difference of the pressure. That is what it is saying. Yes or no? Did you understand? Is it clear to all? Swaroop, is it clear?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Swaroop, clear? I
Yes,
can't.
sir.
So this is the first derivation. We found out what is the pressure, difference of pressure if the cylinder is completely below the liquid. Now we will take a second scenario. This is the first scenario. We will take the second scenario. Second scenario says, okay. Second scenario, what it says, again we will take the same cylinder, same liquid, but this time the cylinder is not completely inside, it is somewhere here. That means the upper part of the cylinder is exactly on the surface of the water. So here it is x1, here it is x2, and obviously here it is P1, here it is P2. Okay? Yes or no? So we will now try to find out what is the pressure difference. So what will be the P2 or what is the P1? So now, because the water, the cylinder is touching the surface, so the upper part of the cylinder is getting exposed to the atmosphere. So let us consider this as the sea level. So if it is sea level, the pressure at this point is nothing but the atmospheric pressure. That is equal to 1 atm. We can write as P naught. So instead of P1, we will write as P naught. And you very well know that if you go below, the pressure will increase. So your P2 will be P naught plus the quantity, whatever quantity, and that is the difference of pressure. So what we saw from the previous expression, what we saw, your P2 will be what? But this time you will consider the height from the top, So since it is the top of the liquid, you will consider this to be 0. And if you go up, your height will be h. If you go below, your height will be minus h. So if I consider the height of the cylinder, it will be what? Minus h. Why? Height of the cylinder is not minus h, but x1 is 0, x2 is this thing. So x1 minus x2 will be 0 minus h, that is plus h. Why? Because this I am considered to be 0. And when I go below, it is minus h. It is something like I am here in x-axis. If I go below, it will consider minus value. But since I want to find out the difference of x1 minus x2, x1 is 0 because I am considering this to be 0 level. So 0 minus of minus h. Why? Because x2 is minus, so it will be plus h. So what is the value? What is the answer? It is again P naught plus rho into h into g. Is it clear? Is it clear? Or I will say your P2 minus P naught equal to h rho into g. Did you understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Saurabh understood? Dhruva understood?
Yes.
So now
Yes.
this extra value, if this P2, what is this P2? This P2 is the total pressure. This P2 is the total pressure. This P2 is equal to P naught plus rho into h into g. This P2 is the total pressure or absolute pressure. This P naught is the atmospheric pressure. And this one, it is called gauge pressure. Gauge pressure. Did you understand? Did you all understand what is atmospheric pressure? What is gauge pressure? Absolute pressure is the total pressure. So for bikes, if you see, this is a bike, the tire. If you see, when you go and give pressure, they will say how much? 28 psi. Backside we say 32. What is this 28, 32? It is the gauge pressure. Because if you say total pressure will be atmospheric pressure plus the pressure inside the tire. So we only say about the gauge pressure. That is the difference of that. So total pressure minus the atmospheric pressure is the gauge pressure. P2 minus P naught equal to rho hg. Did you guys understand?
Yes.
Rishabh clear? Saurabh clear?
Yes, sir.
Rishabh clear? So now we will consider.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, am I audible?
you are audible. क्या हो गया?
नहीं, मेरे को लगा माइक ग्लिच हुआ शायद.
Okay. So now we will go to the next, that is the second part, third part of this thing. That now again we have the same vessel. You have water. Now the cylinder is on the top, and again this is 0, and here we say this is the H. Let's say we will put it as D. Understood? And we will consider now this part is X2, this part is X1, and obviously you know here that this is P naught and this one is some P, P1 or P whatever. So what will be this formula? You know very well that when you go above the water, the pressure will reduce. That means the pressure at this point will be lesser than this point. Is it correct? Is it correct? When you go above, this is the sea level. When you go above, the pressure will reduce. That means the pressure at the water at this point will be more than this point. That's why P naught is greater than P1. And what is the difference? So can I say P1 is equal to P naught minus some value? What is this value? This value is nothing but rho into D into G. Did you guys understand? Did you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Rishabh, clear? So what we saw three scenarios. First scenario, water, the cylinder is completely inside. Second scenario, the cylinder is, the top part is here. And the third scenario, we saw this one. So everywhere the formula is different. So when we go up, the pressure will reduce. That is why the pressure is minus. But in both this scenario, the formula was P2 equal to P1 plus rho H into G. Why? Because when you go below, the pressure will increase. So there is a difference of pressure. But here, the pressure will decrease upward. Here, the pressure will increase downward. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
So now we will write out the definition. Write out the definition of what is absolute pressure, what is gauge pressure. Write down. Absolute pressure is the sum of the gauge pressure and the atmospheric pressure. Absolute pressure is defined, it is the sum of the gauge pressure and the atmospheric pressure. And when you say atmospheric pressure, it is always defined at the sea level. Gauge pressure is the positive for pressure above the, so gauge pressure is a difference of absolute pressure and the atmospheric pressure. Gauge pressure is the difference of the atmospheric absolute pressure and the absolute pressure and the atmospheric pressure. P gauge equal to P abs minus P ATM. And what is that? What is the atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure. Write down. It is the pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere. It is the pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere. It is also known as ambient pressure. ambient pressure. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Rishabh, Swaroop, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we will go to the
Yes,
next
sir.
topic, hydrostatic paradox. Immediately join, leave and join.